And we're back here once again with
Well,
another episode of the MSK Show, and this is going to be episode 51. And in this episode of the MSK Show, I'm going to be doing another segment of Content Creator Spotlight presenting X Person. And the content creator that I'll be talking to in this episode of the MSK Show is my good buddy, Rogue Hero. Been friends for a very, very long time. He's like old as fuck now. He needs a cane to get to the gym now. God damn. His son's all growing up. Eventually, his son's going to be like bringing home a Shaniqua, having like 30 kids too. God,
my son, I don't hit the fresh and fit. I don't think my son does the brown like they ain't down to. Nah, my son likes whatever. Like he usually tends to go towards. Well, I've noticed Asian girl. I think he's going to like his Asian fetish.
You have been watching too much anime, man. Remember what I told you? Don't have him watch too much anime. It's gonna dirty up his brain about what Asian women are like. He doesn't think they're gonna rap to him when they talk.
He likes everybody, but I've noticed he takes more attention to like Hispanic girls and Asian girls.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's got good taste. I like it. So we'll just start here.
I like my Shaniqua, so Shaniqua.
No, I told you, man. Them girls is bad for you, man. They got bad breath. They got bad hair. They fucking stink. They can't speak properly. They can't speak. They be saying like her dirt, man. They can't even like pronounce proper like basic words right. Oh my god,
you're tweaking, dog.
I'm saying, man, all the bad dates you've ever had came from Shaniquas with like no hair. Oh my goodness.
I don't know, man. I dated a fucking I dated a Mexicana earlier this year that did me kind of bogus. So I don't put no trace on. You cool. I don't care what you is. You be a Shaniqua, you can be a Mexican, you can be whoever.
God, man. Well, we're gonna start it here. Since you lived a long life, I'm pretty sure your perspective on things have changed for a long time.
I'm only 5 years older than you. What are you talking about? Like I'm fucking ancient.
So we'll start it here for like anyone that doesn't know you. Obviously, you know, sometimes people just don't know who someone is. How was your life growing up? We're gonna start there.
How was my life growing up?
Yeah, we're gonna start from the beginning.
My life was pretty fucking chill. I want to say, like, when I was a kid, I got a lot of toys.
Mm-hmm.
I got Game Boys. I got game systems. I had an older brother. He was an asshole, but we were cool before he went to high school.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was just a really innocent kid. I just played with my toys, watched my Saturday morning cartoons. I was really sheltered. Even though I grew up in the hood, I was kind of low-key sheltered from the world until I got older. Mm-hmm. But, like, my childhood was, I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty fucking dope. Like, even when I was in grammar school, and, you know, they think, oh, grammar school, hood schools are bad. Like, to me, my school was just, I'm still friends with some of these people on Facebook to this day where we were all chill. Like, we would go to the corner store. I don't know if you guys get corner stores in California, but, like, we have stores, and I know in Chicago, like, we have stores that's like, it's like little neighborhood convenience stores.
Yeah.
So we would go to the corner store. Sometimes they have like an arcade machine, like right by they had one by the school I used to go to. So before school, I get to school early, play the fucking fighting games in the arcade, go to class, play with my toys, chill, leave school. It was dope. I liked it. I had a good childhood.
So when you grow up, did you have both parents in the house, your mom and dad?
Up until I was like 9, they
your parents got divorced. Okay.
They didn't get divorced. My dad pretty much got locked up for personal reasons. And
oh my god, he's still locked up to this day?
Nah, he's good. He was only in jail he was only locked up for a year. But what's the word? My mom broke up with him during that time, so they kind of split up after that. But they were already pretty much breaking up prior to that.
Yeah,
that was kind of like, all right, we ain't gonna be around each other. So it's kind of like the final nail in the coffin, essentially.
Okay, so after that, you had your high school life, right? That's where you met your baby mom, right?
Nah, I met my baby mama like technically during my college years, but
okay,
I'm 2 years older than her, 2.5 years older than her. So she was in high school when I was like a freshman in college, but she was like a junior in high school.
Okay, so do you remember high school at all anymore, or you think it was like or
just high school time? High school. So my dad was. When my dad was gone, my parents split. I was like 9, so I lived a lot of life once my dad came back in the picture and everything like that with my dad and shit. My dad actually took me to my first Yu-Gi-Oh locals. Actually, my cousin did, but my dad used to take me to locals when he'll get me on the weekends every once in a while because locals is every Sunday. But my high school year specifically, it was pretty chill for the most part. Honestly, it Actually, no, I fucking hated high school. What am I talking about? Like it was high school was when I really realized how fucked up the world was because like everyone was on gang, wasn't really gang banging and like being hella aggressive. Everyone was kind of like, if you have a fight with somebody, you could be cool with them afterwards and like you guys would talk it out and be chill. But high school was literally like everyone was gang and if you fight, it was never gonna be the end of it. And like wasn't gang banging, which I wasn't gang banging in high school. I was a
Yeah.
fucking guy. You pretty much wasn't popular. I went to like a hood ass high. I went to a hood Puerto Rican high school. So essentially, I wasn't really like nerdy enough for the nerds, and I wasn't cool enough for like the hood dudes. So I was kind of somewhere. I floated in the middle. Like I would dabble with the nerds here and there.
Mhm.
I would dabble every once in a while with the hood dudes here and there, even though I didn't really hang with them. A lot of them was gang banging. I was cool with a few of them though. And like, I got jumped my freshman year one day on my birthday. They didn't even know it was my birthday. It was crazy. Like they tried to rob me on the bus coming home, and I thought we were all cool. We were all classmates, right?
Yeah.
Me being innocent. So I saw them fucking with people. I'm like, okay, they're my classmate. They ain't gonna fuck with me. Dude tried to put his hand in my pocket. I slapped his hand away. Looked at him like it was crazy. I turned around, dude, back of the head. I'm like, oh shit! And I had to hold my hands like this. I was trying to
Yeah.
get out of the bus, and the bus doors locked. They wouldn't open. I'm like, fuck! So I just had to take that ass kicking. So I got off the bus. I ran pretty much because it was like a gang of people, but it was only two dudes that did it. Best part though, the dude who jumped me, like the dude who one of the dudes who jumped me ended up dying the following week because he was a gangbanger and he was trying to like focus on Mexicans and apparently they popped his ass. Them vatos got him quick. And when the whole school was crying like, "Oh my friend dead," I was laughing. I was like, "Fuck that dude! That dude fucking jumped me. Fuck him. I didn't give a fuck."
So high school, you were like, I was looking back at my time in school, man.
Well, it depends on what part of high school. So like my
Yeah.
freshman year, so it started off. So high school started off weird. Like, man, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've always been considered somewhat of a handsome dude, a pretty boy. So
Yeah.
when I
You're
was
pretty
younger,
hot.
I had longer
Yeah.
hair. I mean, I wore the hood clothes like the Nikes with the.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're probably too young for the Jabot pants. You don't probably know what
Mhm.
Jabot is. I don't know if you guys wore that in California, but in the Midwest, everyone wore these fucking pants called Jabots, and they had like straps on them, and you could
Yeah.
strap the bottom of your pants. You might remember it's like really old school shit, like early 2000 shit. So I dressed like how everyone else did. I grew up in the hood, but like I just wasn't part of that gang lifestyle. So I got girls and everything like that. Girls liked me and shit, thought I was cute and shit. But after I got jumped my freshman year, people kind of stood away from me. They're like, okay, this dude's a loser. You got jumped, whatever, right? But my sophomore year, I didn't really have a lot of friends. I made a few friends here and there, and you know, people didn't really bully me, but they would talk shit. I would ignore them because I'm like, okay, if I kick this dude's ass, I gotta fight five of his friends, but they're all gangbang, whatever. But my sophomore year is when I joined the martial arts club. Now that was like my caveat because I've always loved MMA. I've always loved martial arts. So when I found my school had a martial arts club, I joined that shit, and it was an MMA club. One week we'd do Muay Thai, one week we'd do Jiu Jitsu, and I've always could fight a little bit, but I'm smart enough to know, like, look, I can get my family involved and act crazy at school. I have an older brother who did stuff and shit like that. But I was like, I'm gonna fight my own battles. My dad always told me, hey, when you get into drama, fight your own battles. Don't never try to ask anybody for help. So I'm going to high school with the mentality, I'm gonna handle this shit myself. And so long story short, I ignored people when they tried to fuck with me or whatever. I tolerated a lot of bullshit. After that martial arts club, and by the time I became a junior, so like 1 year into martial arts club, I'm hearing about these dudes jumping people and killing them on accident because like some kid got jumped and it was real sad. It pissed me off. I didn't know the kid personally, but like the story was like he was an innocent kid, some dumbass N words jumped him. He ended up dying from trauma, and I was actually hearing the dudes who did it brag about it, and that really boiled my fucking blood. So I wanted all the smoke at this point. I didn't get the smoke because I stood in my lane, minding my business, but it wasn't really even the martial arts that boosted my confidence. I just had like a what the fuck ever happens, happens mentality. It's me versus them. And as soon as I switched my mentality and had like a killer instinct, if you will, no one fucked with me. No one said anything crazy. Maybe it was a look on my face. No one fucked with me at all for my junior year. My senior year was real chill. Because everyone's graduating. Everyone who was like gang banging and doing dumb shit, they either got kicked out of school already, expelled, they dropped out. So it's like by the time I was a senior in high school, we were like, man, we trying to graduate. Anybody don't know bullshit. We're cool. We just chill. Senior year and junior year was chill, but my first 2 years was kind of fucking rough. I remember my sophomore year, I actually had sex with a chick under the stairs. It was crazy. Random. It was random. Like this chick was in my class sophomore year. Straight up hood shit, right? She used to always say I was cute. One day we made out randomly. I'm okay. Next week we had class again. We went under the stairs. I was sick as a dog, but I'm like, I'm not gonna pass down no chance to get laid. Fuck it. We go under the stairs. Fucking, if you ever had sex, you're sick, you could barely get it up. So she's doing this to like get me up there. And by the time I got fully up there, I was already, because she was doing this for a while to me, I was already just ready to explode. So as soon as she hopped on it, it was nice and warm. It was tight. You know, we were in high school. It was still fresh. She wasn't worn out. Man, I was like a 2-second chum. I was like, oh. But just think about that shit now. It's fucking hilarious.
God, 2 seconds in? Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah, I was already like, she was already like beating it. So it was kind of like, you know, fucking 15 at the time. Like, and I have a fucking fever. Literally, my nose is running and shit. After that, needless to say, she never fucking hit me up again. But anyway,
those girls are disgusting. Just
back
like
to the story though. Like,
yeah.
Long story short, high school. Looking back on it, I hated it when I was there my first 2 years.
Yeah.
But by the time I was a junior and senior, it was pretty chill. I was just ready to graduate. I was ready for college, honestly.
After that, you said you went to college. You went to like a community college, or you got good grades at school to apply for like a scholarship?
Good grades, nigga. I ain't had no good grades.
You went to a community college like the rest of people, didn't you?
Hell yeah. It was free. I had financial aid. Yeah, it was cool. Honestly,
community college, dude. People at community colleges are weird, man. You meet some of the weirdest people there, like straight up some like fucking actual incels.
Some of the kids I met from like different. My community college was in a good neighborhood. Like there's a bunch of ones. I didn't go to the hood community college, which is called Harold Washington. I went to this community college called Wilbur Wright. It was like on the north side of Chicago, so like in a nicer area. And it was pretty chill. Like we had some weird kids, but like my teachers who taught at my school at the time, I don't know how it is now. They were connected to the University of Chicago, so that's like a big fucking school. So since they were connected with that school, we had teachers who taught at the big university teach at the community college since they were connected. So I had some pretty dope fucking teachers. Like one of my teachers actually taught literature class using Batman. It was pretty fucking chill. It was like probably one of my most favorite classes. I was a freshman when I took it, but like I wouldn't take it again. It was kind of like if you weren't really a comic nerd but you knew about comics, it was perfect. Like for me, it was perfect. But like a hardcore fan, you probably wouldn't like it because I don't know. Like the teacher was kind of snobby a little bit, like you know, typical comic nerd, snobby type of dude. He was older. He's probably like in his 50s now, but like back then he had to be like in his 30s. He was a fucking little bit of a snob, honestly. But he was cool. He was just weird. But yeah, I had a lot of dope teachers. Some of the kids were pretty cool too, but we were all young. We were just kicking it.
Okay. So then after that, you ended up getting with the mother of your child and letting her get a kid, right?
Yeah, so we hooked up not at college. So like I said, she was still in high school when I was a freshman. So I had an old buddy of mine who I don't hang with anymore. He was dating her cousin. And so when her cousin knew that I was single, and then they kind of hooked us up essentially.
Okay. So now your kid is like, what, he's 12 years old now? 13 now?
He's 12, yeah. He'll be 13 in May.
So in about, 2030, he's going to be 18 years old at this point. That's going to be crazy, right? Because he should be in 8th grade at this point, right? Yeah, you're about in 7th, 8th grade.
He's in 7th grade.
7th grade, yeah. So looking back from when your son was born till now, that's been just a fucking roller coaster. Has it been?
It definitely has been a roller coaster of emotions.
Mhm.
I would definitely say if I didn't take the time to do the mental health work, I probably wouldn't even be here, or I probably wouldn't even be who I am today. Like I'll probably be a shell of who I am today because I went through some deep depression multiple times throughout my 20s, and now that I'm in my 30s, I kind of had like one little smidget of depression during the lockdown, but I don't know if it was because of the lockdown or because of a lot of shit that I went through during the lockdown, but now I'm just kind of like coasting on life. I'm more confident and I'm just figuring shit out as I go. Do I still get pissed off and bummed out? Yeah, but now I can, since I'm more mature, I can handle my emotions better.
Yeah, because it's that thing. And I remember there was this episode of 2.5 Men where Alan came out of the loony bin. He said this line that I think was still the best one he said to this day, even after Charlie Sheen left the show. He said, "I have the tools to handle with whatever life can throw at me." To be fair, yeah, like as I realized outside of my 20s, I was like depressed at random times too. But once you get older and things aren't as like, I don't know, because people tell you to rush things in your 20s to do shit. And then once you get like older, you're like, why am I rushing to get this stuff done? I'd rather just take my time to get it done and making sure I'm doing it in a satisfactory way,
I will say, like, my depression wasn't random. It was too personal of shit to bring up here, but like,
oh yeah,
it was a lot of shit I went through that I felt like was real goofy. Just different shit that I kind of like, even on YouTube. But YouTube, I can even put that as a part of it. Like the little YouTube drama I went through. It wasn't the drama itself that made me depressed, but I was already depressed going through the drama.
That's like the straw broke camel's back kind
and
of thing.
YouTube was always like my outlet to like, kind of like push the drama to the side because this is my hobby and this is what I like to do. So once my little bit of YouTube beef I had in 2017 kicked in, I kind of like snapped off. And looking back on it, I'm like, I kind of overreacted a little bit. I should have just brushed because like if the same shit happened now, I'll just brush it off like whatever. Like I wouldn't even address the shit. But like back then, I was kind of like, oh, you're attacking my ego. I want all the smoke. I ain't give a fuck. Like I was arguing with random fucking idiots and Zodiac duels. Like I was just talking hella shit.
Yeah, I've been banned ever since.
Nigga, I had money. If I had unlimited money, I was ready to catch a flight to Europe and put hands on people. That's how pissed I was. Like I was literally thinking, like, how much this shit costs? Like, how much? About 1,500. I saved for about a couple months. Like I'm like, bro, I was a bit unhinged, bro.
He let that real black in him come out, like the fucking actual like hood black guys you see.
Imagine if I did do that, pull up on a motherfucker in Europe, like, what's up? You talking about shit, bro? I would get locked, bro. I would either get shot or locked the fuck up.
No, they have more stricter gun laws over there. You would get stabbed. They have a lot of stabbings over there. They just pull out a knife. Bro, the Europeans are insane. Oh my god. So we'll start with YouTube then. What was your inspiration for doing YouTube then? Was it someone that you watched? Because I remember
my ego. It was ego. I felt like a lot of content creators on YouTube was ass at the game.
Oh my god!
So I felt like I could do it better.
That's literally all it was.
And I felt like I knew what I was talking about with certain shit. So like there was people I follow, like I like the Slim's channel because it was competitive. Like all the competitive channels from back in the day, I liked it a lot. Like one OG channel, 3Z Inferno, he doesn't do content anymore. A lot of people don't know who he is because he only had like 1,000 subs or 1,500 subs back in the day.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say his channel was ahead of his time. Like, I would say he was like Pac before Pac was a thing. Yeah. Like he did tech choices. He topped events. He was Asian, so he got the Asian thing going for him. But like, he was a cool dude named Wilson Sane. He was I actually met him in person too. Real chill dude. I took a lot of his advice and did well at locals and topped events locally. Mm-hmm. But he eventually quit the game like in 2013 or 2014 to open up a restaurant in California. He's from Cali. So I don't know if his restaurant's still in business. I hope it is because like he was a really good channel that inspired me to like do what I do because he did vlogs and he did deck profiles. He mainly focused on competitive content. And one of the reasons he quit was because he was an OG pro. Like he wasn't like one of the big names like Billy Brake or Jeff Jones, but he was like one of the guys that if you see him at an event, you won't be surprised that he topped. He said he literally made a video. I remember him saying like he hated the fact that he's doing competitive content to help players get better, but no one watched that shit back then like they did nowadays. Everyone just wanted to watch like goofy content, like
structure deck openings. Yeah.
But nowadays, competitive content is more better. And a lot of people like that shit now. Like, I feel like if he started a channel now and was topping consistently now, he'd grow so fucking much because like
Yeah.
there just wasn't a market for competitive content back then as it is
Yeah.
now. But now it's so competitive, so it's like
Yeah.
your YouTube game got to be on point, or you have to articulate yourself so well and have the results to back it up in order for people to follow you.
Because the bigger channels that I was following that were competitive at the time, he doesn't do content anymore because he always suffered through like chronic migraines and he had a bunch of bullshit behind the scenes.
Oh,
Card Guys, Spoofy, remember? The Card
oh
Guys
yeah,
were
yeah,
a
I'm
big
around.
team competitive like channel, but dude, like behind the scenes stuff, players leaving, he had the medical problems with the migraines
It's like a
constantly.
lot of people we were cool with quit. That's the fucked up part. Like everybody I linked up with, that was like my YouTubers, like Yugi No and all them. They either quit or just said fuck it. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. I never understood. They had big channels. Why not just convert them into something different? Don't just waste the
different
channel
reasons.
there.
Like I know Yugi No for a reason. Like he quit his channel because he just got tired of putting on a character. He told me one time on Facebook, like, I'm tired of putting this character on. And he admitted it to his live chat eventually, but by the time he tried to come back to do YouTube again, the audience done changed so much that the type of content he did just didn't work anymore. And even though he does content here and there now, but
Every
he
once in a
doesn't get
while,
the
yeah.
numbers he still did had before. And like
Yeah.
Chaz said in the pack in the back, wow, I'm a little high. Like Chaz is saying in the chat, his passion. Some people just lose the passion. Like Galactic Guy, he's a classic channel that I used to like because it was edited pretty well.
Yeah.
He quit
Yeah.
because he just lost the passion. Plus, he's older, so it's like, do he really have time to invest into a Yu-Gi-Oh channel?
Well,
I've debated on quitting
remember for Galactica, remember it was that and the other thing, which was, he was a big like Yu-Gi-Oh card product buyer, so he felt like also there wasn't that big of a return on investment if he would like sell the cards later on too.
right.
So not only was like, so basically he's just trying to make ad revenue off his YouTube channel, which was good, but it's like if he's investing all this like other back end money into this product and it doesn't sell very well, he's just. And he also said he didn't like the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh landscape as much as people did because he was always more of like a casually competitive kind of guy, but he always leaned more towards casual stuff.
And I know his kids play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I think once his kids probably fell out of it, he probably just lost the passion for it.
Asian Eyes White Dragon. He was the first guy I ever subscribed to.
Me too. Honestly, I used to watch Asian Eyes a lot too. Asian Eyes was pretty cool. He actually promoted me a little bit too back in the day. Him and Cordero. And
remember his original channel had 100K subscribers, and then he took it into a different route, and then he made that second one, which people now know as Sladra. But his original channel, and it just flatlined at like what 200K.
It's funny that you bring up Asian Eyes. I actually got really stoned last week. I'm like, how Asian Eyes? Because I looked him up, and like he still does Yu-Gi-Oh content. He started on Yu-Gi-Oh content again. He don't get the numbers he used to get, and he's still, his Sladra channel is actually pretty decent. He finally is getting consistent views on his Sladra channel with gaming content. So
yeah, because he wanted to be a more. I think his thing was he didn't know if he wanted to be a gaming channel or a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, but the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff always popped off more. He would just sprinkle gaming in. Back in the day, like people would bring their viewers over to Twitch. That's what he would do. He would bring all of his viewers over to Twitch, and I was like, "What the fuck is Twitch?" Because this was back when like League of Legends would pop up. So I remember popular personalities were on Twitch. He was one of the few, like the very first guys I remember bringing Yu-Gi-Oh people over to Twitch because man, bringing Yu-Gi-Oh viewers to Twitch was dead at one point.
Yeah.
It was garbage. The only people that ever did it were Farpo and like
I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players have this. A lot of content creators have this issue. Like when you start in a niche and you build your niche up, and you kind of like lose passion for that niche, but you still have an audience. It's like, man, I like doing YouTube, but I don't just want to I don't care about the passion. Like I dealt with that last year when I was kind of like, man, I tried being self-employed for a year. I wouldn't even say I put my all into YouTube. I did my best I could do with what I had, which is why I invested into my GoPro, which eventually I don't even use the fucking GoPro anymore. I got a nice little Sony camera now that I'm using. I got fucking I've been investing in shit, but like it's kind of hard when you try and just the shit just don't pop off. And it's kind of like you make excuses like, oh, if I didn't, like me, it was like, oh, if I didn't get into that beef, maybe my channel would be better, because like I was growing like crazy at one point, 600 subs a month. And when I started beefing and like the apocalypse hit with the fucking Logan Paul shit, I went from gaining 600 to 700 subs a month down to like fucking 200 to now I'll be lucky if I get fucking 100 subs. I get like 30. I got like 30 subs last month. Like,
I'll be lucky if I get a sub sometimes a month.
Yeah, sometimes too. Sometimes I'll get negative subs. Like I have people leave.
No, not negative. I just get nobody new or nobody leaves. So I'm just stuck.
Okay. Sometimes I'll have my 1 month, like a couple months ago, my shit said -8. I'm like, damn. I'm like, holy shit.
Like the channel had popped off from like, this channel, if you remember, was at like 700, and I said, hey, when I come back from my vacation, I may be at 1,000, and I did it at 1,000. I hit a plus 1,000 too. But there's even months right back on my old original channel. I would tell you, I don't know if I'm shadow banned off his YouTube. There's months where I don't get a single person nor lose a person. It's just flatlined.
I don't even think it's shadow banned. I just think that, I mean, I had to tell myself this, and you kind of made me realize this too. People just don't care about the content I'm putting out. That's just what it is. Like, I have a core audience. I have a core audience that like what I do. I'm pulling out my phone right now, but like for the most part, like I'm still growing, just very fucking slow. Like 26 subs, 20 to 30 subs a month is like, I wouldn't even say that's a dead channel. That's like a channel on its last leg.
That's like
my videos.
I would say it's consistency, right?
Like my videos, I get like 2,000 views, 1,900 views. Like my video I dropped, they got like 519 views. So like I do okay. My views really haven't changed, but I'm not gaining new subscribers. And sometimes I have subscribers that just fall off because they're probably dead. I have a lot of dead subscribers too. Like people who just subbed years ago that never bothered unsub and probably finally unsub. Probably got a bunch of bots who sub to me. Ain't no fucking telling. But I think the main thing is people just don't like the content I put out, and that's okay. You have to accept that in order to grow.
Yeah, like,
but I still obviously care about doing YouTube because, like
I didn't even tell you that because I was just. Well, I didn't even tell you that because I was even trying to be mean. It's just I know how the average person functions, so I know what the average person is thinking. They're just not going to say it because they don't want to, like, viewers really don't try to hurt people's feelings. They try to tiptoe on shit as much as they can. And I came to that realization like a few months ago. I was like, you know what, people don't like the content I'm putting out, but I'm still going to do it because I enjoy it. I put out videos now because I just genuinely love making the videos themselves. Right. The views are like, I could care less about the views. It's whatever at this point,
That's how I feel. Like people keep telling me, why don't you just do food content? You always eat now. You do. I'm like, I don't want to do food content. I like doing food, but I don't feel like going to a restaurant filming. That's just not my thing. I like doing my Yu-Gi-Oh shit. Eventually, I will do something different. I'm gonna put more energy into, but like my gut is telling me, you have a gut feeling like just don't give up. I have that gut feeling, just don't give up. You're gonna pop. Don't give up. You're gonna pop.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just delusion, but I just have that gut feeling like you're gonna pop. People like your content. Locally, people love my content. Like I'm not gonna say people kiss my ass locally because they don't. But every once in a while, I'll feel like I'm fucking like a SEMO or some shit. Like people are like, "Hey, what up, bro?" They'll chat with me. They smile, and I feel like a celebrity. When I go to regionals, I feel like a fucking celebrity at times. So it's like, I know locally people fuck with me, or at least they pretend they do. However, like on YouTube, it's like the sub count is slowly moving up. So I know I make content. I just think personally, as I'm starting to get older, maybe the content I make, the audience I have just ain't mature enough to appreciate it. Because that happens too. Sometimes your content, it could be too mature for your audience because your audience is still younger and immature. But as they get older, they'll be like, I kind of fucked with that channel. Why stop watching it? And because we all grow in our interest chains. Like there's channels who I like to watch. Like there's a guy I watch on YouTube called Rice and Miata. He does a car channel. I still like his content, but I haven't watched his video in months because I'm just not feeling about cars right now. And I have a lot of subscribers on my channel. So my channel say, hey, I love your content, but I just haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I'll stop in every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, I'll even tell you this too. This happens in pop culture field too. Like back then when you first started popping off, there was generally, in my opinion, less Yu-Gi-Oh people. Now it's so saturated now. And what's crazy is, V was always talking about we need different people doing different styles of Yu-Gi-Oh content. We have that now. There are people that do the different styles of Yu-Gi-Oh
content. I find a new YouTube channel that I'd never heard of. Every other week it has like 50K. So I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
I'll be
like, no lie. For example, I fuck with Yasin, right? Yasin and the reason why I fuck with Yasin because like when my channel got hacked, he shared my content and he told me like, hey, I used to watch your channel back in the day. He told me I was one of the first channels he started watching that motivated him to use. But he ain't say I motivated him to do YouTube. But he said he used to watch me back in the day. So that's why I fuck with because he gave me respect. When I first saw Yasin, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And why is he popular? I'm like, okay. I'm like, he had a nice camera. He's talking good. He's competitive. I'm like, okay, I get it. But at first, I was like, I'm like, I see Pac. I'm like, who the fuck is Pac? I'm like, I feel like, you feel like an old man. You're like, you think the cream of the crop is still like the Firefly, the ZZ, the CMO, M Cole. You're still thinking it's like the same people, but it's like so many fucking people. You got the Crush Cars. You got fucking what's that Asian couple name? The one that fucking got the swole dude and the fucking his wife sexy as hell. Can't think of the fucking names of my life. Fucking damn. But you know what I'm talking about though. They get the Asian couple. They got like over 100K stuff. Head-to-head battles. Head-to-head
battles. Yeah.
Like their channel's like over 100K subs now. Cali Effect, he blew up to over 100K subs now. So a lot of
remember what Cali Effect's content used to be? He used to do the YGO Pro deck, the YGO Pro duels with a new deck, do the deck profile, but then he just refined his style. Because remember, he had videos. I remember he had streams were saying he was going to quit. You remember those? He had streams. He literally said
Cali Effect. I think he found a formula that works. Honestly, like I remember his old content, and I remember too. Yeah, it was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of like not as good as his new content. Obviously, I don't know what his formula is. It seemed like he upped his more of his real personality into it. Because at first his old content was kind of like, you can tell it wasn't his real personality. Now it's kind of like he just upped his real personality, and he's obviously better camera, he's paying for editors, and he knows what he's doing. He has a formula that works for him. So good for him, honestly.
Yeah, because if you're looking at like Cali Effect, I would say I'm trying to throw jab. He's a little emotional of a dude. I could tell. I can automatically. I met him in real life. He can definitely be an emotional dude. But I know he genuinely loves Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not people think he's fake. No, he genuinely really loves Yu-Gi-Oh! He's found a way to basically make Yu-Gi-Oh! A business and grow a channel out of it. The only issue I really had with his content back in the day also wasn't the content at all. I think he's always been decently pretty good or underrated. His intro was too long. Remember that old Arthur Christie long ass intro he used to have that was like a minute?
I don't remember that at all.
Bro, that shit was terrible. I was like, that's probably why you ain't getting no new subs. That shit's a minute long of Arthur Christie. That was terrible.
You be saying the most random shit that be real. I told Kate out the same shit, like, bro, cut your intro down, dog. Like, bro, your intro, like, then in 3 minutes, like a fucking actual TV show intro.
Remember Triff? Does he do content anymore?
So I don't watch Triff like that, but he's another guy that just popped up. Like, who the fuck is Triff? Who the fuck is Milano? Like, I know who they are now because I've been studying these people for the past couple of months, but like over like the past during COVID, like all these guys blew up during COVID. Triff apparently quit Yu-Gi-Oh! I think. I don't know what happened.
He probably did.
I think it's something personal in his personal life or whatever. Because like I be on Zodiac Duelist reading comments and shit, and people say they kind of know what happened, and like I seen somebody comment, like, and I don't want to mix who YouTuber said what. Somebody commented something that he's going through some shit or whatever, and he'll be back or whatever. You know, I don't want to assume. I don't know the man personally, so I can't really speak on what he's going through or why he quit. But all I can say is he ain't the only one that just has a big channel that just quit out of nowhere. And he has so the thing is, like, what I don't get, and maybe this is just a jealousy in me, but I'm jealous. It's not a bad jealousy. It's like, damn, I wish I had this problem.
Yeah.
I've seen multiple channels have loyal followings just quit. I never fucking understood that.
The black guy. Oh my god. Remember it was the black guy who looked like Teenage PS's Paul? It's another your Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it your Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel?
He's one of them too. Loyal fucking following, making good YouTube money, just fucking quit. I'm like, oh.
And no one remembers this dude. Remember when he sold his channel to Jobber? Sold his channel to Jobber. I had to buy it back from him. Remember that? That's a long time ago.
He came back, but he's like, you lost your traction already. Like your audience has moved on.
Yeah, he would say like, "Oh, I have 100K subs, but my views aren't there." Well, to be fair, YouTube's changed how you get views now, and this guy, I've been Facebook friends with that guy for years. He's seems like a genuine guy, but he quits too much. No one can put their trust into you because they think you're gonna quit now. Like viewers don't like that.
There's another guy who I don't want to mention. Well, there's a lot of people I know who quit or just don't upload as much as I think they should.
I know the card guys. I know Spoofy straight up quit. He quit.
Who?
The guy who ran the card guys channel quit. I remember. There's a lot of them. Damn. Does top tier Yu-Gi-Oh still do content?
I'm still sub to him. He drops a video here and there. He just
He
doesn't
fell
get
off,
like
yeah.
views.
Cyber Knight, I know so does content. Simply Unlucky barely does content because he's running that shop he does now, I think.
Yeah.
So Farfa's still a fucking fag. Oh, I can't say the word. My God, man, I hate life.
I mean, as much as I don't like Farfa for obvious fucking reasons, even though like I still don't know if he's the one who really attacked my channel back in the day with them bots. But regardless, somebody was acting under his name and he didn't try to discredit who it was, so I'm gonna say it was him. He makes good fucking content. Love him or hate him, he still makes good content.
I always liked Lithium. I thought his content was great.
Lithium's goated. I like the Jamie the Kid too. He quit.
Jimmy the Kid. Oh, what was the other guy? It's nice to see people like MST.TV. They've always put out good stuff. It was always analytical and competitive.
I'm not surprised that Tom Box.
I was not surprised their content popped off. Their content was just going to get better with time. They were doing super analytical, in-depth Yu-Gi-Oh content when no one cared for it, and they just kept doing it. Like, their channel was always been good. I was surprised people just now think they're good. It's crazy.
Too, editing, like Tom Box is like a real editor, and like
Team Sam hires him for intros and stuff like that. He told me,
like he's a real fucking like animator editor. He knows how to do he knows how to do all that shit, but he gonna charge. Like he quoted me. I remember one time I asked him like to do me like just a character design, like to brand my channel. Like he charged top fucking dollar, but I'm pretty sure he's worth every penny. I can't afford him though. The dude charged
I'm still sub to Sam. I was subscribed to Sam since he had 1,000 subs. So I remember when he grew up.
I remember when Sam wasn't even Team Samurai. Well, he was still Team Samurai, but I remember when Sam wasn't even that popular. I remember when I had more subs than Sam. That's crazy. Now he's like fucking. I ran into him at fucking YCS Indie. Bro, this dude is like the typical YouTuber, just fucking had on the best cologne. I was like, wait, what kind of cologne that is? Shit's fucking $200. I'm gonna buy it one day. That shit smell good. I'm gonna buy that shit one day.
Is Info 40 still fat as fuck?
He's real. I haven't seen him in a while. I've seen him during the lockdown at originals. I think he's tall as shit. He's just fucking tall. He's husky. He's still a big dude. He's fucking tall. He's like fucking 6'5" or some shit.
Is House of Champions, is John still being an emotional bitch?
I don't watch his channel, honestly. I never really, the only market watches I watch is, honestly, I would watch yours every once in a while and V.
Okay, so V was your first.
And I watch my boy Team Sakurasu every once in a while too.
I haven't talked to fucking Thomas in forever. Holy shit.
I've actually seen him at locals like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Hopefully he's married now. He was engaged before. Wait, stop talking to each other.
I forgot, man.
People tell me their life details and I just be forgetting. I'm like, okay.
I mean, it happens the older you get. You got so much shit to memorize and not enough time in the day to save it.
Like, I know head-to-head battles did the same shit that Crush Cards did, where basically if they're a couple, you just put your girl in the thumbnail, and since Yu-Gi-Oh players are thirsty for women, they just sub because they're just a girl there.
I mean, I would say that is definitely true, but they also make good content too. So it's not like they have the couple aspect, which a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players don't have a couple. It's nice. Everyone, so those two channels were the first to do the couple thing in the YouTube community. So they were the first to ever do it. So they had that factor playing in their favor. And they actually made good content. So it's kind of like you can put a girl in front of the camera, but if the content's bad, unless she's like the baddest bitch in the world, it's not gonna blow up. Like there's a European girl who does content. And she's not bad looking. She's cute. I think she's cute. But her content's not like blowing up because she's a girl. She gets like 2K views, 3K views, might hit a 10K view. She gets views like me, but she gets consistent views. So it's kind of like Shadow Rabbit. There we go. So it's like,
oh, I think I've seen your girl. Not bad looking.
Yeah, she's not bad looking, and she does pretty decent content, but it's not to the level of like a head-to-head battles or a crush card because the benefit of doing a channel with more than one person, you have more heads to bite ideas off of. That's one of the reasons why Team APS is so popular. Yeah, they grew because of Paul's really good at the editing, and he's the mastermind behind the channel essentially, but. He has a team of people he work with that he can bounce ideas off of each other. And I'm pretty sure they all have their own attributes that can contribute to the channel. So it's kind of like it's like two minds are greater than one, essentially.
Because I remember when Paul was just doing everything on the Team APS channel, and then he created the APS like Plus channel is what it's called. So he can do more of the
I think he changed the name of it now. It's like Team APS. So it's APS something. I forgot the name of it. But.
Yeah. Because he
Yeah,
said the only content that would pop up on that main channel now is if you do like deck building challenge, commons versus
something
ultra
big or
rares.
like
Yeah,
or like a
yeah.
So yeah, man, good for him. Like I remember when he had 6K subs. Like
APS amplifier. Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, fucking hell. These channels aren't like bad. I remember. Okay, there was one guy. He was crying on camera because he said he couldn't afford Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm like, bro, I would never do a video
what the
crying on
fuck?
camera like a
Who did
bitch.
that?
Fuck. Chaz knows the name. It was this white guy. Remember? It was when cards got it. Yeah, Skyhawk. He did a video. I swear to God, he did a video crying saying he couldn't afford Yu-Gi-Oh cards
Is
anymore.
this the dude that V roasted?
No, that's a different guy. I remember the guy that V roasted. That guy was a fucking Democrat. I was like, okay, we know where this conversation is gonna go. Holy shit! He's like, should we accept Trump supporters in the Yu-Gi-Oh community? What are you?
What?
And now we have.
I'm so sad about politics and shit. Like, I can't talk politics to people who don't try to do research. It infuriates me.
You think Trump's gonna win? Actually,
I hope so. Like, if we get a fucking honest election, I think he would. Like, there's tons of people who's secretly voting for him. Like there's a bunch of people who's like me who like we all know we're voting for him, but we don't want to talk about it publicly. We don't feel like arguing with people, or we don't want to lose our jobs.
yeah, because like if you voice that you're gonna vote for Trump, then apparently, man, by how people talk on Twitter, you got to suffer consequences for your actions. But if you admit,
they make him seem he's fucking Hitler, bro. Like, did you watch his Joe Rogan interview?
I'm getting through most of it. Yeah,
I saw it all the same night. He's a chill dude. The dude wants to remove income tax.
I know that. Yeah,
countries for fucking like pitting products over here, and he wants to bring jobs back to America. What the fuck is wrong with that? Oh, but because he said mean things, or because a dumbass comedian made a joke about Puerto Rico, everyone's in their fucking feelings about the shit. What policies are getting passed? That's what I care about.
This
bitch Kamala. What is she trying to do other than
she wasn't even going to go on the Joe Rogan podcast? Remember, because people were making a big deal about Joe Rogan reaching out. It's like it doesn't matter. She
did. She said she said she would do a podcast with him, but not in his studio. He has to fly to her in her studio,
and it has to only be for an hour.
No. Yeah, only for an hour. He was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, that's not worth it. Like, what the fuck?
It's not content. That's gonna be moderated content that they probably tell him what he can and cannot do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, what in the fuck is going on with people, man? But you know, crazy, man. The fact that she's even this close goes to show you how dumb average people
her own party didn't even want her in there. A lot of folks, they're just like, we just can't let Trump in there. I'm like, dude, are y'all fucking retarded? Like, I can see the dude was like, he's bringing back fucking slavery or something. That's literally, people, you would literally think he was saying, hey, I'm going to bring back slavery. And people look at the black folks like me and you who actually like him and is going to vote for him, like we're just chucking and jiving because we want to be back on the plantation. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm like, you know what it is too?
It's the mainstream media.
I'm realizing
I'm as Hitler.
I'm realizing this the older I get. A lot of people are fucking stupid.
I told you, man. The average person is not smart.
And they're willfully fucking ignorant because instead of like having nuts and standing on their ground with shit, they rather back down like the bitches they are and get in line for either some pussy or to fit in with the crowd. Since me, I'm the nigga. I've never fit in with the crowd 100%. I've always been my own thing, and I've always walked my own way, which is why I don't give a fuck. I don't lost friends because of this shit. My fucking grandfather thinks I'm a fucking idiot. Fucking a lot of people just probably look at me crazy if they know I was voting for him. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. I told the girl I was dating. So far, I guess she still likes me. We're cool. I talked to her earlier. I'm supposed to meet up with her this week. That I'm voting for him. And well, I told her I like him. And she was like, ugh. I could tell she was offended by it, but I don't care. I support him. Like, if no one's gonna sit down with me and ask me why do you like this guy and actually give me a chance to explain without cutting me off or telling me I'm dumb, I don't value their opinion. They're a fucking retard to me. They go for family, friends, etc. And I come to realize the older I get, bro, you're probably gonna realize this too. a lot of people in this world are narrow-minded and fucking
No, I
stupid.
told you that. You know, we had some older appearances on some of my other shows. I told you because you said the average person is a little bit. No, the average person is literally not smart whatsoever, or they're not media literate, which basically means they don't know or consciously understand what they're seeing or hearing on a screen.
They don't understand. They don't like. I was like, once again, I love my family. I love my grandparents. I don't count old people as dumb. I just feel like they didn't grow up in that right era. They didn't grow up in the era. They don't know what propaganda is.
Oh God.
Like, but when you don't know what propaganda is, I can't have a conversation with you.
Yeah. I just also want to point out, you know how Obama Obama was at this like Harris rally, and he was like, "Why is everything so divisive in this country?" Then, literally, the next fucking few days later, MSNBC did a montage compilation of like a Trump rally looking like a Nazi Germany rally. What the fuck? Obama knows why that is. Why it's divisive.
They're doing that because they want to rile people up. To
No, but
like they
you're
want.
saying people are willfully ignorant. Obama knows why people are like this. He knows. He's a DEI hire himself.
Bro, this is why Trump should have won the first time, and this is why he should have won again. His rallies bring in like 20 to 30K people. Any Democratic rally bring in maybe 100 people.
Maybe you're lucky. And no, remember Kamala Harris recently had to lie about Beyonce performing at one of her rallies to get people to come.
No, I think Beyonce turned down the performance because people weren't there, or it was some shit going on. I forgot.
Oh, probably because she's had to endorse like Eminem. She's had to get Megan Thee Stallion, who looks like a fucking ape, disgusting black creature that is. Oh my God.
Meg can get it. I ain't gonna lie, she's sexy as fuck.
God,
I don't like her. She's a piece of shit. But I would knock her tall ass down the next week.
Would never touch her. I would throw up kissing that woman. That woman looks disgusting.
Well,
oh my God.
More Meg for me, I guess.
God. Hey, like all the MCU stars have endorsed her. Like a few MCU stars endorsed her, like Elizabeth Olsen. You know, RDJ's gonna vote for her. He's a liberal. Been a liberal forever. Oh my!
A lot of these
Mark
fucking
Hamill.
people. Like the thing is, know what it is too. Like a lot of people, they think being liberal is how it was. And Joe Rogan talked about this today on his podcast, and that it makes sense. They think liberalism is what it was 50 years ago, where it actually stood up for because back in the day, liberals actually stood for being open-minded, carefree, very chill, not controlling, and pretty much everything that they're not today. Today they want to control everything. They want to turn into a fucking communist country. They want to fucking socialize everything. They want to put us on universal basic income, which when I was young, I thought it was a great idea. Now that I'm older, I realize it's fucking stupid. Because if you're on universal basic income, it's gonna make the price of things are gonna rise up. So the extra money you're getting doesn't matter. You're gonna rely on that money from the government, and you're gonna fucking get subsidized into a certain living condition, which is the reason why people who grow up in the hood and grow up in like Section 8 low income, a majority of them never fucking leave because they're used to having the fucking income. They don't have the motivation to do better or want better.
Oh, and this is the other thing with the universal income thing. When me and one of my friends talked about it, I said the reason why it can't work, even not, I don't disagree. The reason why it can't work is because do you know why governments are in debt with their states? Governments go into deficit spending. This is a willing thing they do. Why would I trust that I'm going to get a fixed income from a government that cannot control how it spends money? That's stupid. They literally deficit spend. They don't know how to. They can't manage the money they have right now, and they're going to manage the monies of everybody.
No, they can manage money, bro. A lot of this shit I'm starting to see is by design. I wouldn't be surprised if these other countries who fucking hate us is funding the pockets of these politicians so they can secretly take over America.
We're funding them too, No,
we're funding them because they're funding most politicians are supposed to get paid like six figures. It's not really a high-paying job, but they go in making six figures, come out millionaires. The reason why they do because they take backdoor deals and all kind of extra shit for endorsements and shit. I would not be surprised. This is just a conspiracy theory of mine. If China, Russia, and all these other countries who we're supposed to be against was funding a lot of these political parties to push an agenda to get America corrupt and have us fighting each other, so that way we're easier to take over. Like, think about it. We're divide and conquer. It's probably fucking China. What's that fucking the book, The Art of War, about fucking what? Shao Tzu or whatever the fuck that nigga name was?
Mm-hmm.
Divide and conquer. Easy. That's why one of the first steps of war. And the way America looking, bro, like, honestly, I think if this bitch wins, like, if they still in an election, bro, I won't be surprised if a civil war breaks out.
Oh,
Think about it, like, if that shit happens and people say, fuck this shit, we're not having it, we're just gonna riot and tear this shit down. We're prime pickings to get fucked up by another country.
Yeah.
And tensions are high for no fucking reason. Like, I'm one of those guys, like, I'm a Trump supporter, obviously, but I don't sit up here and just get angry at people who want to support. Come on, I'm like, okay, you like the goofy bitch. Let's just have a fair shot. And whatever happens, happens.
Like about
there are people who they're like diehard Trump supporter, and they're like diehard Democratic supporter. Like, bro, there's a guy that comes to my job. Every time I see him, I can just tell he's just ready to fuck somebody up. He's like ready for someone to say something to him. He's a customer of mine at my job.
Mm-hmm.
MAGA hat all the time is on. The OG MAGA hat. The MAGA shirt. This dude, he comes, bro. He's Hispanic. He has a Hispanic last name. He's like a tall. He might be like half Hispanic, half white. This dude's like fucking like. This dude's like tall. He's in shape. MAGA hat. A proud freedom fighter America shirt. He just looked like a Trump supporter, if I'm being honest. But like, people like him. They walk around with the hats looking for the smoke because they know people are gonna look at them weird. But me, I don't want the smoke like that because like I know people are gonna try because I'm in the hood. They're gonna bust my window out. I'm not gonna get my car fucked with.
Oh yeah.
And I would probably like to have a hat or something, but like, bro, I can do it, but I'd rather save myself the drama and save my grandparents the embarrassment because I still live with my family, but still.
Yeah, because but even that is like, hey, you can wear a hat for a candidate you support, but if I wear one, bad things have to happen to me. It's like that goes.
I mean, it's not bad things are guaranteed to happen, but the likelihood of it happening to a young guy who probably won't. I just don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
I like my car, and I look like I should be voting blue because I'm black and I have a beard and I look Hispanic as well. So people assume I'm gonna look like, if I was white, they probably wouldn't care. But because I'm black, typically people like to do shit to people that they. So the girl I'm dating, right? Really cool chick. We were driving last week. We were going to get brunch, and this is how we got in the. This is how she found out I like Trump. She saw a car. And she started laughing. I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, there was a car with a Trump sign. And when the person turned the corner, it was an old black lady. And she was shocked and appalled, like, that she saw an old black lady with a Trump sticker on her car. I was like, yeah, a lot of black folks like Trump. And she was like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know. She was like, do you like Trump? I'm like, yeah. And she was like, oh, I'm like, what about you? She's like, no. And I'm just like, oh, okay. The car got silent for a minute. I obviously changed the subject and got back on a good vibe and shit. Because I kind of knew she was kind of like trying to, because she kept trying to bring up politics and shit throughout the course of getting to know me and shit. We've only been dating 2 months. And she's black, but she's cool though. She's a nerdy black chick. Real cool chick. I can see myself, I can see her being my girlfriend. She's really fucking cool. But that's besides the point. So far, we're still cool. She hasn't judged me or whatever, right? But my point is, though, there's a lot of people, old and young, who is voting red because, even my grandma, like, if it wasn't with my granddad, my grandma would be voting red because my grandma was like, she don't chat. I can't stand that bitch Kamala. Even though my grandma, she's old. They're both my grandma in their mid-80s. My grandma, she has a sixth sense like I do. She can peep bullshit a mile away. And a lot of old black ladies think Kamala's fake as fuck.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is that she has lost a lot of favor with black male voters, and a lot of the black male voters are either going to go to Trump or they're going to do or they're going to vote for someone different.
For jail time, maybe just the fuck.
It's crazy.
I'm voting for Master Swag King. I'm putting Master Swag King on my vote.
Hashtag.
News. We have a 1% vote for a 0.00001% for a Master Swag King. You're like, yo, he actually fucking did it.
I'm gonna campaign myself for it's like what it tastes like. That's my campaign slogan.
Remember somebody vote? Remember people were voting Harambe? It had
That
like
was
a 6% vote.
that's how you knew you couldn't take elections seriously. Someone went to a fucking voting ballot to vote for a dead monkey.
Bro, those are definitely college students that were just voting for in early 20 dudes voting for fucking Harambe, bro. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. Like, I was trying to think of this way too. If she wins, man, it's just gonna be another 4. I don't think
Bro,
it'll be
I'm
like
so
war or
tired of seeing
anything. It's
fucking.
gonna be like another 4 years of
Bro,
just
I'm gonna sound
straight
like
up
the most
bad.
racist motherfucker. I'm so tired of listening to these immigrants, bro. They're all through Chicago. I'm pretty sure they're all in California too.
Yeah.
Selling candy. Apparently, they're selling pussy on the South Side. I haven't seen them selling pussy yet. They got their kids all in the street trying to sell candy with them. They look like homeless Mexicans, even though they're not Mexican. I can tell they're not
Oh,
Mexican.
you have the Venezuela problem in
We have the
Chicago.
Venezuelans.
Oh, they have in Colorado too. Man, they be having those loud car parties every
Uh,
single fucking day.
the ones the Venezuelans in Chicago don't pull that shit because we're heavily gang affiliated and we have like multiple different gangs in Chicago. So it's like Chicago is like it's kind of like California, but even California gangs haven't taken over Chicago with their bullshit because
Oh yeah.
Chicago gangs are just it's too many of them. The mob was started here, so I guess our gangs here have their own different connections. I would assume
Yeah.
versus people from California who have a lot of connections to Mexico and shit.
Yeah. The immigration problem, like she's not gonna stop the immigration problem
Bro,
if
she made it worse, bro. I tell you not. When as soon as fucking 2020 happened and he won, literally about a year ago, I started seeing Venezuelans all over Chicago. In the streets begging for money.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
On the South Side, they're actually like they're not bugging, they're not fucking with people because they're not stupid, but like the residents are pissed because the South Side of Chicago is predominantly black. Where I'm at on the West Side is mixed with like blacks and Hispanics, but the South Side and parts of the West Side is all black. But like the South Side, particularly, there's areas where it's mainly a lot of Venezuelans that's just homeless, taking up areas, sleeping. And the South Siders are fed up. They're like, dude, if y'all don't fix the shit, we will. Like, we're sick of seeing these motherfuckers already.
Yeah,
And then
that's
obviously
yeah.
the free food they're getting, the free housing, like they're it's ridiculous, bro. They want to pass a law to get these motherfuckers free houses. Like they get a stipend for 20K to get a house. Like what the fuck? If you're a new citizen to the US, bro,
Mm-hmm.
she's literally fucking the country and fucking over people who've been here forever.
Yeah.
Like, how do people in their right state of mind don't see the bullshit? Oh, but because she's black, because he chucks and jabs, she's not even fucking black. The bitch is Indian and fucking like a
You know
little bit of
what
Irish.
it is? That's why I say women shouldn't vote, man. Because women are only voting for her because she is in alignment with them
I
about the
wouldn't even say women
reproductive
shouldn't vote.
organs.
All women ain't voting for her. It's a lot of bitch made dudes voting for her too.
Oh no, but like the
Hey,
reasons that women are voting is because women are most likely, this is from all the things that I've read, women are most likely to vote for a candidate that shares their values on like abortion and
well,
the whole
most
like
people are gonna vote for somebody who share their values. I think it's a slippery slope when we go down saying women shouldn't vote because a lot of people would disagree with that. I think women should vote, but I also don't believe in. I think you should be over the age of 25 to vote. I don't think you should be able to vote at 18 because
well,
when you're
yeah.
18, you're still influenced. I think you should have a fully developed prefrontal cortex, and your prefrontal cortex don't fully
Mhm.
develop until you're 25. I
Yeah.
think the voting should be moved up from 25 on up to vote. And I also believe you should have a voter ID. I don't believe the bitch trying to get immigrants to vote. They just got here. So if you let an immigrant vote, I mean, a motherfucker from Russia can come over here and say, "Hey, I'm immigrated to
We can.
America. Yay.
Yeah. Just come
We're
to the
gonna
right
vote."
state. We can. Yep.
So it's kind of like,
Well, but that's
are
the
we
thing
just
is,
a fucking free for all for the world just to come here? Like, what the fuck?
yeah, because the things that I was reading, when women don't even care who they're voting for, as long as it's that abortion policy intact for them, they don't care about inflation, they don't care about the border problem, they don't care about the crime. All they care about is their fucking uteruses. Like, then
Well,
stop being
I
a
won't,
flaming whore bag then.
you can't say that for all of them though. Like,
Oh, not
are
all of
there
them.
girls like that? Yeah, of course, but you can't really say that for all women.
No, but would you call that like pretty stupid on most women? Like you don't care about nothing else except like
Yeah,
you
but
have
then again,
sex.
you also have guys who are just as sensitive that vote
Oh
because
yeah.
so you really can't just say it's a woman thing. I think there's obviously gonna be idiots who vote for dumbass reasons, So we can't just tell them they shouldn't vote because they're an idiot. If you're an idiot, you're an idiot. An idiot still should have an opinion.
Man, like you, as you brought up, this is impacting a lot of people's lives. That's what I'm trying to bring up. You have a lot of emotional women that are voting for that, and that's their only real basis. Then they even really care about the country at all. They don't care about anything like crime related. Education's been falling apart.
Well, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women I know who are black who are voting for Trump. Like there's a girl on my page. She's a straight up hood bitch. But guess what? She said she's voting for Trump. I know a lot of hood bitches that's voting for Trump.
That's crazy.
And this girl, she's ghetto as fuck. She wears Jordans. She goes to the gym.
That's a mega Shaniqua.
She ain't super ghetto like a Shaniqua, but like she's a little ghetto. She's just really masculine chick. But she's voting for Trump. She already said, "It's like, yeah, I'm voting for Trump. I ain't playing with you niggas." So like, you can't really say that about all girls. Yeah. But a lot of girls do vote with emotion. A lot of girls think with emotion, but a lot of men think with emotion too. I think it's one of those situations where it's like you're gonna have idiots that vote for stupid shit. Mm-hmm. You just have to pray and educate people that a lot of the idiots don't get their vote in or whatever, however it goes.
Yeah, it's just crazy that she's getting this far. And back in 2020, from what I remember, she wasn't even elected by her peers. Remember,
bro, she wasn't. They roasted her. Obama roasted her.
And now apparently she's God's gift to world now.
Because it's all part of the plan, I think, now.
She's making it like I told people the reason why I knew she was going to be approved by them is because this Biden administration has all been for women this, women that, trans this, pride this. Of course they were going to elect a woman. That's their whole fucking shit that they've been fucking pushing the last 4 years.
And Obama's the one who made all this trans shit a thing.
God, man. You don't want no manufactured dude?
Look, I believe people should be able to live their life the way they want to live it, but I shouldn't have to take my tax money out for you to pay for your surgery. If you want to pay for your surgery, get your dick chopped off, save up money, go get your surgery like these hoes save up for a BBL. You can't go to girls' bath. You can't go to little girls' bathrooms. You got to go to a men's bathroom if you're a tranny. And I also believe in no trannies in sports. If you want to have sports, compete with the men or have your own tranny league.
Yeah, good Lord. Because the thing is, the mainstream media, all they do is talk about how much they hate Trump nonstop.
Because that's all they can go on. He's racist. We hate him. He's like Hitler. What did he do when he was in office? Was he a dictator? No. Gas was actually cheaper. Oh, that wasn't because it was because of Obama. Sure it wasn't. But okay, let's play semantics. Did he get us in war? No.
Yeah, instead of propping up Kamala, all they do is just shit on Trump. I tried watching
her interview. She interviewed on Club Shay Shay, and I didn't watch the interview.
The only one I watched was the 60-minute one, and I watched the one she did for Fox News.
All she does is bash Trump during her interview. That's all she does.
The Fox News one, oh my God. She should have lost the election right there.
Orange man bad. He's the orange man. He's bad. He's the boogeyman.
She should have lost the election by that Fox News interview. That was terrible.
Bro, the fact that all this bitch said, they just say he's bad. Why is he bad? Well, back in the 90s, he wouldn't rent to black people. Okay, that's one thing, and he had reasons for it. Not renting.
I wouldn't rent to black people.
But let's say he did do that. Look what this bitch did. This bitch locked up innocent black people, men and women, in California, threw away the fucking key, and hid the evidence. How was that not? Like, bro. How the fuck is that not worse than not renting the fucking black people?
Oh my God. People are retarded.
This bitch literally locked up innocent fucking people and threw away the fucking key and tried to hide the evidence to save her own ass. Why is she not in jail for that shit? Taxes. He owes money on taxes. Okay, let's play semantics and say, okay, he does owe money. He has enough money to pay that shit back if he really wanted to, for one. For two, you can always tax him and get your money back another way. How is what he has done compared to locking up innocent people?
Didn't she get on her knees and suck off people for her job?
That's the rumor.
I find it crazy that women would even vote for her.
She was part of a fraternity called the AKAs. And if you know anything about the AKAs, I don't know a lot about them, but if you're black, you know the AKAs. The rumor in the black community, the AKA, that's like the black sorority for girls. They're like the biggest sluts. And those are like the pretty business girls who get ahead in life.
Yeah.
But most sorority girls are sluts in general. But that's besides the point.
Well, it was like, what I find crazy is women would vote for her knowing she potentially sucked dudes off to get to where she got to.
Because they don't care because they would do it. The girls who voted for her would do it.
Most girls will tell you because, but they're bullshitting because they're girls and they always fucking lie and they're never truthful. Girls will always tell you this shit. They'll be like, girls are more than that. They're more than their sexuality. They don't have to do that to get ahead. Then why are you voting for someone that did that to get ahead?
I agree. They don't have to do that. A lot of girls don't do that shit to get ahead. But guess what, though? It's easier to do it. If you're a girl and you're like, man, all I gotta do is get this dude some head and I got a guaranteed $100K a year job, and I just gotta fuck this old nigga once or twice, fuck it.
Gotta just
get in that position. You're at McDonald's and your boss is like, Joseph, come give me that big shum dum diggly and I'll make you district manager with a nice fat $150K salary.
Okay, I'll be honest here. The new lady we have now running it is pretty hot for her age. I'd probably do it. I'm not gonna lie, I would.
Be district manager, managing all the stores. Like you just gotta pipe her down once a week.
Not the store manager, the one that runs it over her because she oversees the store. Oh my
god! You gotta make it fair. You gotta do the old bitch.
No way. It has to be the lady running the stores. No, it has to be.
$150K job. You gotta pipe her down one time.
I'll jump up a bridge. I'll do it. There's a bridge.
You gotta lick her with JJ.
Fuck. God damn. Nope. Give me a rope. I'll just go on the bridge,
bro.
End that shit. I see a semi truck coming. Yeet.
And she will give you $10K as the down payment. $10K as the down payment. She'll put you on an allowance.
Oh god, man, I couldn't do it. I just can't. It would make things weird when you go into work.
No, it wouldn't.
What is wrong?
What wouldn't?
You was dibble and dabbling at work. Little Caesars used to dibble and dabble.
I dibbled. So recently, earlier this year, the Mexican bitch that I told you that played with me, she worked with me. Like it was a coworker of mine. I fucked the shit out of that girl in this room in that bed.
Oh my god!
Oh, that bitch like a pretzel. What's up?
You didn't film it for me?
Nah, I don't do that. She was bad. I ain't gonna lie. She was bad.
You should have filmed this. I can see how big your fucking cock is. I'm not sure it's 8 inches. What the fuck?
Nah, think smaller, grasshopper. I'm a shrimp gang.
Hey, I've learned that if you're actually 6 to 5 inches, you're actually good. That's actually the average length that women need.
Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you my dick size, bro. That's gay as fuck. But anyway, we messed around for about a month. She was a coworker. I was feeling her ass. She was cool as hell. She was bringing me food, tamales to work and shit. I'm like, okay, this little bitch might actually be my girl. Then she stopped fucking with me for the younger dude at the job. I'm like, this goofy ass nigga. I'm like, bruh. I'm like, these bitches ain't shit, bro. And the only reason I knew she was fucking with the younger dude because they would lightly flirt. And she told me when I was messing with her, she's like, oh, he's just my friend. I don't take him seriously. It's like, whatever. And she would say he would get on her nerves.
Yeah.
So I guess he was simped so hard because he was like, man, I'll pay her bills. He's at the job simping crazy for this bitch, bro. Because she's a pretty bitch. I ain't gonna lie. She's a solid 8 in my opinion. Her only downfall is she had a kid by a bum. Well, he ain't a bum. He's just a crash out dummy. But she's young too. She was 26. So anyway, we fucked around about a month. And because she only stayed like 10 minutes away from me too, which is crazy. And we stopped fucking around. We both got invited to a mutual friend's wedding, and she popped up with the same dude who she said she would never fuck with.
Of course,
I was just like,
that's how they are.
I actually flagged him over to come sit with me. Her eyes got big. I was like, oh shit, what is this nigga finna do? I just talked to him. I was chilling, bro. On the inside, I was kind of like, you stop fucking with me for this nigga? Like, he's 22. He had like no swag. I didn't get it.
That's how girls are, man. These girls ain't loyal. These girls are hoes.
Bro, I just think she just wanted a nigga to simp for her, bro. I wasn't simping for her. Like,
no, she wants to have her cake and eat it too. She wants a black guy like you to fold her like a lawn chair, but she wants a guy to pamper her. Girls are like this, man.
Like I was dating her. Like I'm not gonna lie and say I didn't. I dated her. You know, I spent money on nice dates and shit. Like I took the bitch to Benihana's and everything. So it's like I liked her and I invested and did dope shit with her. But it was just kind of like if she would have like stopped fucking me to fuck with her baby daddy or something, I'd have been like, okay, I get that. Or just a different dude in general, I would have got. But the young goofy nigga, the immature young dude, I'm like, bro, I did not get that at all. I'm like, well, maybe he's not fucking. Maybe she's just using him. But I'm not stupid. They've been flirting heavily for months at that point. I was just like, dog. I laughed. I was pissed for about a solid week. I was kind of like, why am I pissed? But I was kind of, it was kind of like a slap in your face a little bit, but it ain't your bitch, so you can't really get mad. You just like,
yeah.
That's fucking crazy. It hit my ego. I was like, the little dude. The young
That's
dude. I'm
why we didn't get the episode of Full Day going to the full day of locals because you were fucking that bitch. God damn, you chose fucking vagina over Yu-Gi-Oh. God damn.
Man, nah, we got the full day of Yu-Gi-Oh. I was going to Yu-Gi-Oh fresh. Like, yeah, buddy. Fucking me a nice little Latina.
God, man. Did she scramble your ass like the way P. Diddy would do it?
Man, scrambled it. Nah, man, she was all right. She was good. She was decent, but
Her ass tastes good?
hell no, you know, I ain't eat that bitch ass. The
You gotta
fuck?
put your tongue on that shit. You gotta dig her out, man. Clean her up. She can't.
Nah, she was clean. She had long black hair and everything, curly up, pretty.
Hispanic women. Oh, this is a bane of my
She
existence.
definitely was a toxic 5'3" Latina. The bitch toxic as fuck. And she
Oh, you go
watches
to
all
gym?
my Instagram stories too. We still Instagram friends. She'll watch. Literally, I post a story of my fucking me doing this. She'll fucking watch the shit. I don't know if she just playing through the shit, but she watches all my stuff. I'm like, this bitch gonna hit me up eventually. And if I'm still single when she hits me up, I'm gonna.
Oh my god, dude! I'm not. Dude, I don't know. I have a hunch. Try this out. Horny, you know, guys, we get horny like 11 o'clock at night.
Fun fact: the new chick I'm dating bought me this for on my third date.
Oh my god!
So Stranger Things candle.
I'm like, saying one night, man, at 11 o'clock, you know, every guy gets that horny bug. It's like a bug that hits you. Message that girl and be like, "Hey, yo, show me what that ass look like right now." I guarantee you, she'll pop that shit out.
I mean, she left. She stopped fucking with me. She's cut off.
I'm just saying, man, if you randomly message her at 11 o'clock at night, be like, "Hey, yo, pop your titties out."
Tempted. No, like, I definitely have been tempted. Like, hey, man, you should come through. I miss you. I've been tempted. Like, come through.
I guarantee you she come through right now. I'm not even playing. I'll put $20 on it right now at 11
o'clock.
Right now.
Do it right now.
11 o'clock.
You know, on the YouTube video they call the chick. Hey, let's do it right now. Hey, come through. Let's smoke. And she'd be like, okay, I'm like, let's go. Look at all
like on the Instagram reels too. It's like, oh, she want me. She like me.
Bro, hell no. I'll pipe her down and be like, all right, man, that was good. Talk to you later.
No, man, I guarantee you message that girl at 11 o'clock at night saying, let me see what the ass look like. She'll come over. I can tell what type of girl that is without even meeting her. I've seen these girls all the time, man. These girls ain't special.
Nah, I don't think I don't like, nah. If she hit me up, then I'll be like, okay, I can say that. But nah, sometimes it's easier just to leave them alone, though, because, you know, I don't really.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, last thing to ask you before we got to head out. I know it's getting a little late for you. Probably got to work in the morning. First thing, got anything planned coming up in 2024, going into 2025?
Late for me, nigga. 10 o'clock. I can go for a little longer if you want to.
Oh, no, I got to get to my next show in a little bit here.
Okay.
So, last thing to ask you. First thing is, do you have anything coming up in 2024, going into 2025? You know what the audience know about?
Not really. I'm just doing the same old shit, trying to drop more content. I'm doing 2 videos a week, and
okay,
trying to be consistent. Hope to get to 22K subs by the end of the year, but it doesn't look like I am gonna get it because like gaining 30 subs a month is not gonna cut it.
Oh shit! Oh, you have another new video you could do. Konami unveiled the new prize support for 2025.
I did already. I did that today.
You did? Okay, yeah. I'll have to watch it then. Yeah, because I just got home, so I didn't got a chance to see it yet.
It didn't really. It's not getting a lot of views, but it got a lot of comments on it.
At least the engagement's there.
I've been using AI. This is a trick for you too, bro. I've been using AI to help me with my YouTube titles, and it's been working. Like
send me that link on Facebook. Send me it. I'll use it. I use
ChatGPT. Just ChatGPT.
Really? Okay.
I use ChatGPT for fucking as a fucking therapist too. Like I tell it all my problems, and then it give me feedback. Like literally, ChatGPT is my therapist, my YouTube title generator. It's my fucking bro. It does everything, bro.
All right. Last thing is, you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular? Anything else you want to say before we end the show?
Shout out to my son. His first wrestling match was last week. He went 1-1. He beat a kid and he lost to a kid. The kid he lost to was a little taller than him, but he barely lost to that kid though. But the kid he beat, like you know, like when you're a dad, you see your son as like a little baby and soft. Yeah. Like my son's probably gonna get demolished, probably gonna cry. He actually stood watching my son stand his ground. And actually go toe-to-toe with a kid that was taller than him and was doing good. And then he actually beat the kid that was his height. Like, he, like, slammed this dude down, like, 3 times. I'm like, damn, my son's a savage. I'm like, okay. I was like, right, hype me up. I feel like I did that shit. So I'm like one of those dads that's like, kind of, like, living through my son with his, like, combat sport dreams. I'm like, shout out to my son, shit.
Yeah, man. It was great catching up. Seeing things have been pretty good. So you're gonna give me that new car, right? You're gonna give me the keys.
The keys to the kingdom. Yeah, I got you, dog.
God. So can I taste your crusty sheets?
It's gonna taste like fucking wine.
Depression.
Lead and semen.
God, fuck. Shit. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, I do, but I think when I ever come back to doing Yu-Gi-Oh content, I'm going to take it more in a different route than I did before. Obviously, I'll still do market watches, but, like the whole caring about if views and subscribers pop off, I don't care. I'm just doing content because I just enjoy doing it at this point.
I know, but part of you got to want to like grow your channel a specific way. I just think like most people and like me too, this goes for me too. Obviously, my channel's not growing like that. We just got to find a thing that works. Like I'm looking at your thumbnails, they're not bad. One thing you can probably do to spruce them up a little bit. There's a thing called AI image generator, and it helps make your thumb. It uses AI to make your thumbnails pop a little more.
I haven't used that yet. Okay. Well, it was great talking to you, man. And just want to say to everyone,
funny. Typically, you're the one in a tank top. Now I'm in a white beater. Ain't that some shit?
I bought some. It's just cold. I'd wear it.
He's actually wearing clothes. He has a hat. You get money now. You got a hat. You got a shirt. I'm the one who got a tank top on and a white beater looking homeless. You like you got money. You got DVDs in the background.
Those are books. Those are comic books. Those are big books.
Bro, your ass got a fucking collage, bro. You fucking Dr. Dome in that bitch.
No, James's sister was downstairs and she let me get that over there, that other bookshelf. I had to bring it up here. My back was killing. I'm old now.
You live in a house now?
No, it's the same. This is the same new apartment I had. It's just, well, this is not the whole thing. There's another part to it over there, but people only see this room because this is the first part of it.
So you must have like a fucking is it like an apartment, or is it like a fucking like a townhome?
It's just a really big 1-bedroom apartment. This is all the bedroom. Over there's the living room, then there's the kitchen, and then there's the bathroom over there. Living room is big too. I just haven't shown anybody yet because, well, I do all my content in here. If I put my rig in there, the internet would be way better, but it's too loud for the people that live on the bottom. People have this dog business.
They don't want to hear you going, making weird ass noises. Like,
if they hear me watching porn 12 o'clock in the night, they're about to be like, what the fuck's this guy doing? Hi, Toasty. So
they gonna get a bro and tap the top of the fucking roof like, hey, dude.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and hopefully you have a good luck on the YouTube channel, man. I was saying, man, get the other channel going. Fuck, man. Get that the other channel you got, the Roadkill Reviews. Get that one going.
I should. I haven't uploaded a video on that shit. No, I think the last one I did was Supernatural when the ending pissed me off. I should review Penguin. The Penguin's been really fucking good. I love that show. That show deserves a fucking Oscar. How good it's been.
Yeah, I hope it gets one. Because I heard that's good. I heard it's nice to have
like, bro. Coming from like DC shows being so much shit, I was surprised. I'm like, let me check it out. It might be shit. But I'm like, it surprised the fuck out of everyone. I'm like, this is literally Godfather, but with Batman characters. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's fine. I'll probably just watch it when it's over. Sorry, too many episodes in to catch up right now.
Like everyone says it's like The Sopranos with Godfather, but just with Penguin. That's literally all it is.
So you're not watching Agatha? Because no one watching that shit.
I forgot it was actually on, and then I saw somebody on my feed saying they're gonna watch the last 2 episodes of Agatha today. Well, like, what the fuck is that even about?
Dude, I haven't watched one of those shows since She-Hulk. I'm done. I told you I was done after She-Hulk. I haven't watched one since.
We need a She-Hulk season 2, man. I missed that show. I want to get high again and watch more She-Hulk. That was like my favorite pastime to do on a Tuesday. Get high, watch She-Hulk, and then get on the stream with you, Ashley, Chaz, good old drunk Chaz, Via make a random appearance. Those are the good during COVID. Those are the good days, man.
She-Hulk got canceled. Should. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the fucking hell. I'm gonna go eat out my fucking wife. I'm just kidding. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. We will see you guys.